الله أكبر الله أكبر.
You know, in the Qur'an, there's this one chapter, a surah, that's so short you could probably recite it in a single breath. But don't let its size fool you. It's so profound that one of Islam's greatest scholars said if this was the only thing revealed, it would have been enough for all of humanity's guidance. Wow. So today, we're going to unpack the incredibly powerful message of this chapter, Surah Al-Asr, and we're starting with its really mysterious opening.
So here it is, the whole thing, just 3 short verses. And right away, you can see this incredible structure, can't you? It kicks off with this powerful oath, by time. Then, boom, it hits you with this universal verdict, indeed mankind is in loss. But then, it gives you the way out, the exception, the clear path to, well, not being in loss. This is the complete roadmap we're about to walk through together.
Okay, so this immediately brings up a huge question, right? God doesn't need to swear an oath for us to believe him. So when he does, it's like a cosmic alarm bell, telling us to pay absolute attention. But why swear by time? Of all things, time. What's the hidden connection between this massive, universal concept and the supercritical message that comes right after it? Well, let's dive in and find out. All right, so first up, the oath. Whenever a chapter in the Quran starts with an oath, it's basically a divine command to just stop everything and listen. Think of it like a giant celestial highlighter pen. It's signaling that what's coming next isn't just your average piece of information. Nope. This is a fundamental, heavyweight truth that we absolutely, positively cannot afford to ignore.
So, what is this heavyweight truth? What's the big reveal after that oath? Well, get ready, because it's a shocking and honestly a pretty unsettling declaration about the default state of every single one of us. Just let that sink in for a second. Mankind is in loss. Notice it doesn't say some people or certain people. It says mankind, all of us. The verse is basically saying that our default setting, our natural trajectory as we move through time, is straight towards loss. It's not a maybe, it's not a sometimes, it's presented as a certainty. And that, right there, sets a very, very serious tone for everything else.
Okay, so this is where things get really interesting, because a huge conflict comes up. The Quran is telling us we're all in loss. But you look around the world, you scroll through your feed, and you see people who look like they're winning at life, right? This forces us to ask a really important question. What is real success? And what is just an illusion?
I mean, our society has a pretty clear definition of success, doesn't it? We all know the list. We chase after huge amounts of wealth. We want that widespread fame, validated by millions of followers and likes. We dream of having immense power and influence. These are the things people spend their entire lives chasing, day and night, thinking that's the ultimate prize.
And this is where the message of this little chapter becomes absolutely revolutionary. It basically looks at that entire framework for success, the very foundation our world is built on, and calls it a distraction, a profound delusion. It's saying that we're all busy chasing shadows while the real substance of our lives, our time, just slips away.
And to really drive this point home, the Quran gives us these powerful historical examples. Take Qaroon. His wealth was the stuff of legends, just beyond imagination. Then you have Pharaoh, who had absolute, unquestionable power, and Nimrod, who ruled a massive kingdom. I mean, by any worldly standard you can think of, these guys were the CEOs, the billionaires, the absolute pinnacle of success. And yet, the divine verdict? Every single one of them was in a state of total, utter loss.
So, if our default setting is loss, and all the stuff the world tells us to chase can't actually save us, is it just a hopeless situation? Well, no, not at all. Because right after dropping that bombshell, the surah immediately gives us the escape hatch. It lays out a clear 4-part formula for true success.
And it all hinges on one crucial word: accept. Seriously, this might be one of the most hopeful words in the entire Quran. It's the ultimate turning point. It tells us that the verdict of loss isn't a life sentence. There is an exception to the rule. There is a way out for anyone who wants to find real, lasting success.
And here they are, the 4 essential conditions. It's so important to see this as a complete package deal. It's not one thing, it's not a buffet where you can pick and choose. Real success requires that solid foundation of faith, followed by the right actions that grow from it, and then, and this is key, the social responsibility to help each other stick to the truth and to be patient.
All right, step 1 is Iman, or faith. And this isn't just about passively saying, I believe. It's way deeper. It's the foundational shift in your entire worldview. It's like putting on a new pair of glasses that lets you see the eternal reality behind the temporary illusions of this world. And when you see that, it completely changes your purpose and what you value in life.
Okay, next up. Faith can't just be an idea floating around in your head. It has to come out. It has to be translated into action. That's where righteous deeds come in. They're basically the fruit that grows from the tree of faith. They are the good that you actively put out into the world, the real, tangible proof of the belief you're holding inside.
Now, this third one is so important. This path to success, it's not a solo mission, it's a team sport. The third condition is all about community, actively encouraging one another towards what's right and true. It's about building a supportive environment where goodness can actually grow. Because let's be real, trying to maintain your faith all by yourself in a crazy world is incredibly tough.
And finally, because sticking to the truth is almost never the easy path, we need patience, a whole lot of it. And again, notice, it's not just about you being patient on your own. It's about mutually supporting each other in being patient. Think of it as the spiritual resilience, the grit that you need to protect the other three things, your faith, your good deeds, and the truth, from all the challenges life is definitely going to throw at you.
So there you have it, this incredibly concise yet super powerful formula. But it makes you wonder, right? Why did the earliest Muslims think this specific chapter was so uniquely complete? How could they look at these few lines and see an entire guide to life?
Well, this quote from Imam Shafi'i pretty much says it all. I mean, this was one of the absolute giants of Islamic scholarship, and he saw in these few words the entire framework for a successful life, not just here, but in the hereafter too. He was convinced that if you could truly grasp and live by this one surah, you wouldn't need anything else for guidance. That's a huge statement.
And check out this historical practice, it's so telling. The companions of the Prophet, whenever they would meet up and then it was time to leave, they had a tradition. They wouldn't part ways without first reciting Surah Al-Asr to each other. Why? Because they saw it as the ultimate summary, the most concentrated shot of pure reminder about what their life was all about.
And here's a really beautiful way to think about why that constant reminder is so necessary. As we go through life, the world kind of gets on us, you know? The dust of worldly concerns, the snow of constant distractions, it all starts to pile up on our faith. Reciting this surah is like taking off that coat and giving it a good hard shake. It cleanses everything off and recalibrates your heart back to what's actually important.
And that brings us right back to where we started. Why swear by time? Because time is the ultimate currency. It's the only capital we are all given. It's the arena where we either win or lose. Every single second that ticks by is a coin from your account being spent. So the final question this incredible surah leaves us with is a deeply personal one for you, for me, for everyone. Knowing the 4 keys to real success, how are you spending the irreplaceable currency of your time?